Hi guys, so first things first, I wanted to show you our new website that we've managed to get up and running. This is the home page. Everything's pretty much basic as it stands at the moment. We have got some merchandise that we've put on the website which you guys have been asking for as a way to support the channel, and also a lot of you guys out there like the hashtag passion for paint. So this is the actual home page itself. Now if you click on any of the pictures at the bottom, that will link you straight to the videos, and I will try and get some more links in there, and also probably make a blog page and try and get a lot of the videos sort of put into categories and to put up onto the website as well. It has taken quite a bit of time to make, but we are getting there bit by bit. So merchandise wise, we've managed to get a full range of men's clothing to start off with. Starting with a premium t-shirt, a 3/4 length t-shirt, a t-shirt hoodie, and also a normal thick standard hoodie, as well as a bit of a zip jacket for those of you guys that want to go that little bit further, and I personally quite like the jacket myself. We've also put a ladies range on here as well. We've got a ladies t-shirt, a ladies t-shirt hoodie, and the ladies full zip jacket as well, all available in different colours as well. And then we've got down at the bottom some little accessories like a baseball cap, a drawstring bag. We've got the lunch cooler on there, which I thought was quite nifty. I've actually ordered myself one of these, and we've also done that in blue and pink, so there's one for the guys and for the girls out there as well. Because obviously we want to make sure we've got something for everyone on the channel. Then got the backpack and a couple of mugs at the bottom for you guys that want to do a few little bits and pieces. Then moving on, we've got a bit about our YouTube channel page, which is just more of why I started the channel and why I want to continue with it, and the reasons for it, and also for helping you guys that are out there. Now the actual printing side of the stuff on the website, that is all print on demand fulfilled by another firm. So once you order online, you'll get automated emails, and then you'll get the stuff through depending on which country you're in, because there is worldwide shipping on all items. Because obviously a lot of you guys don't just watch from the UK or the USA or Australia, you're actually watching from all over the world, and the delivery options from the print on demand supplier do allow those to be shipped worldwide to you guys. Now as far as the items go, we only make a very small amount of money per item, because most of the cost of it actually goes to the print on demand service, but that small amount that we do make just allows us to keep up with the cost of the camera equipment. I've just bought a new GoPro, which is what you're seeing in the footage here, which gives a lot more clearer footage and also allows us to upload in 4K, and also the editing software and stuff that we use is all on yearly subscription, so it all costs money, and unfortunately, as far as YouTube ad revenue goes, that doesn't really pay anything, to be fair. So it just leaves us in a bit of a better standpoint for actually moving the channel forward if you guys get a few little bits and pieces, and obviously you're supporting the channel and you're getting something back for the support that you're giving as well. And if you do order any t-shirts or anything like that, make sure you use the hashtag passion for paint and tag us on Instagram. So now that's over and done with, let's get back to the job in hand. So the whole point of this video is working smarter, not harder. Now I wouldn't say to anybody don't work harder, but working smarter often means that not that you don't have to work as hard, but it makes your day a lot easier, and it can also make your booth flow and everything else a lot easier as well. Now on this particular day we had a lot to paint in the shop in a lot of different colours, and at this point in time I've got 3 different jobs in the booth, and they're all in 3 separate colours. This Mercedes boot, for instance, is in silver, and then I've got some black dash panels which I've already based up and then covered back up, and I've got a couple of wheels off a Ford Focus at the front that need to be done, and then again they're getting done in a completely different silver again. Now for me, I've always found that no matter whether you're in a full booth like this, which obviously is a full setup, full proper body shop setup, and it's a professional setup, or whether you're in something like the Carcoon, that you can put multiple items in multiple colours in the booth all at once, as long as you do it in a smart way. Now the booth itself, this particular booth, drags air from the roof above where my head would be at this point, all the way down to the other end of the booth where the wheels are. So if I start painting at this end and I cover up everything that's in front of me, then no overspray is going to go from back to front of the booth, so nothing's going to go from the intake to the exhaust and get on anything that's covered up. And then when I move forward to the next set of panels, which are further forward in where the air would flow, none of the overspray from that job is then going to carry backwards, obviously because of the airflow, onto this job. So I can leave this job uncovered at the very back, and you won't have any issues with it. And it all just comes down to thinking a little bit more about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and how you structure not only the jobs that you've got in the booth, but also how you structure the day. Because for me, this can mean that for my boss here, I can paint 3 jobs all at once. There's the dash trims that I've already coloured up, and these are the wheels sat at the front, covered up, ready, waiting to be painted. Now, as we're saying, this means that I can paint 3 jobs in 3 colours in one hit for my boss, rather than painting, say painting this boot and baking that, and then doing the dash trims and baking that, and then painting the wheels and baking that. Obviously that's a lot of hours, whereas I can do all 3 of these in one straight hit. And it's easy enough to do, just plan them out in your head. Obviously if you're worried about any overspray travelling down the booth or anything like that, you can always base one set up and then cover them up once they're flashed off, base the next one up, and so on and so on. My particular way is I like to cover up the ones that I'm not painting. So like I'll paint this one at the very back, and then say I'd move to the middle and paint the one in the middle, and then I'd move to the one closest to the exhaust filters and then paint that one up. And then I can remove all the covers off all of them, or at that point it will all be all covered anyway. And then I can get the clear coat in with the gun, and I can go through and clear coat all 3 jobs at once, just like I was painting 3 separate parts for one car. So at this stage, that Mercedes is now all done and finished. That boot's done, coloured up and blended, so now we don't need to worry about that one. Next we can move on to the wheels at the very, well, as it would be the back of the booth. Now obviously you can see the big exhaust filters at the back, so that's where all my overspray is going to be going out through there. So now I can literally just pop out, clean my gun out, take that Mercedes colour out, and then put in the colour for the wheels, which I've already got pre-mixed again to save time. So it's just a case of giving your gun a quick wash through, because we're going from silver to silver, and then reloading the fresh colour in there. And as I said to you guys in the previous video, I'll try and keep a few little extra bits like this in the videos if it's what you guys want to see. If you guys don't want to see these little bits in between, then do let me know in the comments below, and I'll cut these out and we'll just get back to the actual spraying and the actual refinishing side of things. Now, one thing I do want to say is these jobs aren't lined up in the booth as a matter of importance, so it's not a case of the Mercedes any more important than the dash trims, or the dash trims are any more important than the wheels. I try to structure these in an easy way that I know that the dash trims aren't going to make much overspray in the middle of the booth, that would get on the Mercedes boot, and the wheels at the very front, the overspray from them's quite a small amount, and it's quite a small quick little flick over, so they will be carried straight through the exhaust filter, obviously because the air is dragging from front to back through this booth, so any overspray is going to be going straight out through those exhaust filters. So if it was my preference, I'd probably put your largest painting job at the back of the booth, put the next largest painting job in the middle of the booth, and then the smallest job at the very closest to your exhaust filters. That way there's less chance of any overspray carrying back throughout your jobs. If you are ever worried about that, which if you're in a good setup like this, there's no real need to worry about it. Just make sure that you cover each job up, or that you turn your pressure down. There's lots of little things you can do that can stop that overspray carrying anywhere bar through those back filters. And also, good booth maintenance, so making sure you've got good intake and exhaust filters in your booth means that your airflow will be that much better, so any overspray will be carried straight out through them filters and not have any risk of going forwards through the booth or backwards in the airflow and getting on any other job that you've already painted up. So I know this is a bit of a different video to my standard sort of tutorial video or review video or anything like that, but I have got some of them coming up, so not to worry. But I just thought, you know, this is one of them videos that for the pro guys out there, this is something that most of you guys will already know, but for you guys that are just starting out, or you guys that are trying to learn more, or even maybe an apprentice somewhere and you want some tips and tricks on how to sort of optimize your time and use your time to the best of your abilities, then a little video like this will help you guys out. When you come into a shop, you don't have to figure these things out for yourself. You can see how we do it on a daily basis in a shop, and some of the methods that we use. And also, obviously, painting in this booth does give me the opportunity to make a few sort of different style videos as well. We can do a bit of a video about the booth, a bit of a video about booth maintenance on something like this booth, and also keeping it clean and that sort of thing. And it just gives a bit more of a scope for the channel over the everyday videos. Well, not so much the everyday videos that we've been doing, but it just gives us a little bit more of a reach now that we can sort of get a little bit more content with the new equipment and also the new shop that we're in here. And after all, that is the main purpose of the channel, to keep good fresh content for you guys. So moving shops, having some new tooling and also a new booth. This shop's got a great range of guns as well, so it gives us a chance to use a few more new guns that maybe you've not seen yet so far. I've also got a Segola 4600 Extreme that I'm currently in the middle of editing a review video for, and you will see me, like in this video, I think in total I used 3 different spray guns in this video. I've got the Iwata Belaria, which is, for you guys that have watched this channel from the very start, this is the original Belaria that I did the Subaru respray with at the very start of all the videos that we're making. On the dash trim shortly we'll be using a Sata Mini Jet to clear coat those up, and also the Vilbis GTI Pro Light with a 110 air cap to do the wheels and the Mercedes boot with. That also sort of shows that, you know, it is good to have a good range of guns, and I mean, they don't all have to be sort of high-end guns like this, but when you're in a production shop like this where you're putting out a lot of cars each day and a lot of numbers, you know that you can pick this Pro Light up, just smash this clear on this car, and you know that you're going to get a nice factory finish, and it's going to be exactly what you need off the gun, rather than, you know, having, say, a lesser gun and having to put that little bit more time and effort in, and having to do a lot more flat and polishing. But at the same time, I suppose with any spray gun, no matter who you are, it is more the painting behind the gun than it is the gun itself. Obviously a really good gun helps, but there's sort of time and experience behind the guns, and also materials knowledge is really what sets painters apart, really. If you spend the time to learn your materials, learn the flow, learn how they react to more or less pressure and that sort of thing, and going closer and quicker. I mean, I've literally left this spray gun here on the same settings that I used on the boot, so I've got this around about 1.5 turns out, I've got it 2 bar pressure, and I've got it at 3/4 fan, and now I'm painting fiddly wheels with it. It is something that the more you paint, the easier these things get, and you can just, rather than adjusting your fan and adjusting your pressure and adjusting your flow on your actual fluid, you can just adjust your trigger, and the better your gun control gets, the better your jobs will get, and you just get a better feel all around for it. Nothing compromises, you know, the sort of like time and experience that you can get behind a gun. So I have skipped out the first coat of clear coat on this job, just because this video is going to run on to about 17.5 minutes anyway, so I don't want it to run on, you know, to like 30 minutes by adding both coats of clear coat on. So this for me is one way that I would try and get the most out of my day in the shop. I've got 3 jobs all lined up in this booth at once. I can have all 3 of these jobs painted and baked within about an hour and a half of them going in the booth, and it just makes basically a 1 job time slot means that we can get 3 jobs into a 1 job time slot, which in a shop like this where we're painting around about, I'd say at least on average 3 to 4 jobs a day at the moment, you know, trying to catch up a few numbers on a few cars as well. It just means that by painting 3 or 4 at once, we can just get that little bit more caught up and get on top of work, rather than obviously just staying sort of like on a level playing field and just doing jobs one by one. it also makes for me an opportunity to make a few more interesting videos, because we are doing, you know, such a wide variety of bits and pieces in the booth all at once here. We've got a blowing on a boot, we've got a set of dash trims, we've got 2 wheels off a car. You know, it just gives you guys that opportunity to see a bit more of what we do in a paint shop on a daily basis, as and how we would do it, rather than us editing bits and pieces out that we wouldn't normally show. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this different video. If you have, leave some comments below. If you haven't, leave some comments below, and we'll alter a few things round. And if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget, give it a thumbs up, give it a share on Facebook or somewhere, and also if you like the videos and you like what we're doing here, then don't forget to subscribe.